Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've decided to review Def Leppard's album Hysteria. I was thinking of reviewing this anyway, and then I realised that actually it was the 35th anniversary since its release on the 3rd of August. So I was like, okay, that's a perfect time to do a review on this album then. I've got my laptop open here, like previous video, with my notes on, because I listened to the album last night. I mean, I've listened to it. I grew up listening to this album basically. But yeah, listened to it again last night to have it all here to talk about. I've got my Def Leppard t-shirt on and I've put a bit of eyeshadow on, you know, for the occasion. Okay, so yeah, Hysteria was released on the 3rd of August in 1987, which was 35 years ago. It's older than me. Most people have listened to at least some of the songs on this album. It's probably their most famous album, I'd say. I haven't listened to everything that Def Leppard's released, in all honesty, but when I do, I still think Hysteria will be my favourite album. It has truly stood the test of time. It really is a masterpiece of music, and it has gone down in history. It's 35 years old and it's still big. It really is. I really wish Steve Clark was still around to see the impact the album has had over the 35 years, because it really has. It's impacted me. It's impacted so many people in a good way. It is their best-selling album to date, and it did reach #1 in the UK when it was released. There has been re-releases, remasters, but I'm going to review the original 1987 album. So starting with the artwork, it really is iconic. You've got the iconic Def Leppard triangle on it. It's vibrant, and the more you look at it, the more you see. The album being Hysteria, and having that kind of yelling face on the album really suits it well. It's quite rare for all the songs on the album to be quite well known also, which I love a lot, and especially all these years later they're still getting played quite a lot. It is iconic and it is one of my favourite albums, like I said before. Okay, so I'm just going to jump straight into the review. So #1 is Women. The guitar is really good in this, and then the drum kicks in. It's really good. It has a good beat to it, and it's a one you can really bang your head along to, which us rock fans quite often like to do. And it's a nice contrast to hear kind of the female voice in this. I don't know who it is. I had a look and I couldn't find who it is. When the lyrics "men" is being sung, that is a woman singing. I'm pretty certain. And Joe screams a bit in this one, and when he says, "Oh," I'm not gonna redo it, and it just adds a whole new level to the song, with the backing vocals as well. It's a classic. It's a classic. Okay, moving on to #2, which is Rocket. So I like the bit where Joe says guitar and drums, and then you introducing those aspects starts the song in a good way. I also like the astronaut voice, is that what it is? At the beginning, and the part where Joe's voice goes really low. I feel like Joe really makes this song really good, his voice. Because he like goes low in parts, but he's still like singing high at the same time. I like this song a lot. So #3 is Animal, which actually is the t-shirt I'm wearing. If I like stand up, it basically has Animal. I literally can't stand up. I'm literally sat on a bed here, so I can't stand up on it. But yeah, it has Animal wrote on there. Anyway, it's just brilliant. It's phenomenal. You know, it really has that 80s sound to it. It really does. Plus I'm going to mention the music video here, because I honestly watched that music video so much as a kid. I was literally obsessed with it. I honestly was. It was great. So anytime I hear that song, I just picture them at that circus, you know, and it's good that music video has such an impact. The song goes really well with it. It's very clever. I mean, the lyrics like "I want guitar, I need guitar." then the song drops after the chorus, and Joe's voice has a bit more of a bite to it, which sounds great. And the double beat drum. It's an iconic scene of Joe on that board getting the knives thrown at him. Brave man for doing that. The things you do for a music video. And I think with the band being called Def Leppard, this song really resonates with them, with the song being called Animal. It's definitely a fan favourite, and that little hee hee at the end is just a nice finish to it. So number 4 is Love Bites. Yeah, I've listened to this, I don't know, maybe 100 times in my life, but to be honest, I don't listen to it much these days. I think it's because I prefer more intense songs, and this Love Bites is a little bit more slower. I think it's a good song to play live. I don't know if when I went to see them back in 2015 if they played it, I can't remember, but kind of it's one of those ones. The chorus is my favourite part with the backing vocals. I mean, Def Leppard do that quite a lot, a bit like Survivor actually. They're a good band for doing that. I think it's Rick Savage and Phil Collin that does mainly the backing vocals. But shout out to Rick Savage, the vocals on this, because you can really hear his voice. I like Rick Savage's voice. I mean, I've watched a lot of their live stuff recently, and I mean, they've all still got it, they're all brilliant. But yeah, Rick Savage, I really like his voice. And Joe's woo, which he often does, and the yells, and yeah, all just brings it together, that typical Def Leppard sound. It's a nice addition to the song when he does things like that. So number 5 is Pour Some Sugar on Me. I'm pretty certain everybody has heard of this song. Well, I was, until one day I was at uni and I was talking to someone, and we were talking about music, and I was like, oh, I really like Def Leppard, and they didn't know who they were, and I was like, you've not heard Pour Some Sugar on Me? And they were literally oblivious, and I was like, where have you been? Where have you been? Like, yeah. So it is probably their most famous song. It's been covered a lot of times. I mean, I think they did something with Taylor Swift even. They did like a duet with Taylor Swift on this one. Yeah. I'm just reading through this. I love the drum on it. It's a really good one to sway your shoulder to. And then the guitar comes in, then Joe, who the lyrics are brilliant wrote in this as well, and I feel like shout out to Rick Allen, because he really makes this song on the drums. Without that beat, it wouldn't be as good as it is. Number 6 is Armageddon It. It's not my favourite, in all honesty. I don't know. Do you know when sometimes there's nothing wrong with it, it's just not one of my favourites. But can I just say on the video, most of these songs actually do have a music video to them as well. And I just want to point out Steve Clark on this one. He just really looks like he's really in it. He's really in this song, and it's just really nice to watch. It really is. He looks like he's having such a good time, and I mean they all do. But if you watch Steve in particular, he's just immersed in playing that guitar, which he often was, and yeah. I love watching Steve Clark videos, I really do. It's a catchy song, and it is easy to sing along to for sure. So 7, Gods of War. Oh my goodness, I've wrote like a paragraph here. I love Gods of War. It probably is, it's up there for me with Def Leppard, it really is. Weirdly enough, growing up, I mean, I don't remember hearing it. It wasn't until a couple of years ago where I started really researching into bands and getting to know them, and I came across Gods of War. But I really do adore this one. I don't know if I have a favourite Def Leppard song, but yeah, this one, it's up there. Right, I'm just going to read through this. Yeah, so Def Leppard fans out there will know about the Stephen Clark tribute video, which is on YouTube, and it shows Def Leppard playing live in 2018, and basically they have a video from back in the 80s of Stephen Clark playing that guitar in the background. If you're a Def Leppard fan, you'll know what video I'm talking about, and that impacted me so much. I mean, a couple of years ago when all the pandemic was going on and stuff, and I was really getting into Survivor, and I mean, I've always been to Def Leppard, but I was really researching into them, and when I came across like this video, it just hit differently. It really did. So it was really touching. It was really moving, and yeah. So, and I often think of Steve Clark. I really do. Like I say, there was no one like him. He was so good at what he did, and he just loved music so much. You didn't even have to hear him say that. You could just visually see it. And yeah, I've just wrote again here, like, I wish that he could have known that all these years later he would be positively impacting people like me and making the darker times a lot lighter, because when I watch videos of him, he really does. He really does. He really was the light in the room. Yeah. So, yeah, he really was one of a kind, and it does sadden me quite a lot that he's not around anymore. I mean, I often think, like, what would Def Leppard be like now, with him in it still. I knew I wanted to talk about Steve on this video. I really did. I knew I wanted to do that. It really is Steve's song. Okay, so moving on more to the music aspect of it, I really like the bass in this song. Rick Savage does a fantastic job on this, and then you get the guitar, and then the drums intensify, and it all comes together perfectly. It really is a perfect song. It's an utter masterpiece. It really is. And that was even, I thought that even before Joe started singing, and then Joe starts singing, and the song lyrically, it's stood the test of time, hasn't it? With the whole war aspect, I mean, and what's going on with Ukraine at the moment, it's still relatable. Yeah, definitely. And I've watched the official video from back in the 80s so many times now. When I hear that guitar, I can just, if I close, I can just picture Steve Clark doing that walk he did with the guitar. Yeah. And you get the duh-duh of the drum, and then the guitar keeps on giving, and when you think there isn't any more, there's more. I mean, the song's like over 6 minutes long, I think. And I love when Joe goes high-pitched when singing No. The war sounds in the background add another layer, and then like radio sounding voices, like maybe like in a war plane or something. I don't know if that's what it is. Again, it just adds another layer. Really good. Okay, moving on. Number 8, Don't Shoot Shotgun. Brilliant. Brilliant. The don't shoot, shoot, drum, and off we go on this roller coaster of a rock song. Love the beat in this one. The repeating of the guitar with the same beat is fantastic. And then it changes slightly, and yeah, that's good. But yeah, I just love the bit where it's like, don't shoot, and there's like shotgun. It's like, I can't redo, but you know what I'm talking about. The song evolves so much over the course it plays. So number 9 is Run Riot. I've literally wrote here, fire. It's class, it is, it's good. So Joe's yell at the beginning. We start off with that, and then Joe sings really fast, which is mirrored in the drum and the guitar. It's clever. It's clever. I love how fast this song is. I love fast songs. I love intense songs that are really do. The guitar going. That's what I like. It's elevating. It really is. If you're in a bad mood, go and listen to Run Riot, because you'll be ready to go after listening to that. So yeah, elevating is the word I'll use for that. So it's like the run riot. It's just, it's good. I really do love Joe's voice in this one. It's definitely different to the other songs, actually, I think. And it's almost like he's being sarcastic at times. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but especially the bit where he's singing really fast, it's almost like he has a sarcastic tone in his voice, and I think that's really good. I like that a lot. Okay, moving on. 10, Hysteria, which is obviously like what the actual album's called. It's quite different to everything else. It's a lot calmer. I adore this song. I can't fault it. I really can't. I mean, I can't fault any of them, to be honest. But yeah, that's all I've got to say. It's good. Number 11, Excitable. The beginning's a bit odd, but thankfully that doesn't last long, and then we get the proper song starting. I hadn't listened to this in ages, actually. What a jam. What a jam. I mean, literally last night I was dancing around my room at midnight to it. It's good, it's good. So it's like the stand up, say yeah, that bit there, it's brilliant, brilliant. Def Leppard are good at that, where Joe will sing something and then you have the backing of Phil Collins and Rick Savage, I'm assuming, singing the next bit there, because I'm assuming like Joe sings stand up and then they sing say yeah, that bit there. So yeah, that kind of like ooh that he does and stuff like that. Joe does, love that in the song. Yeah, one bit I want to point out in this song, which is really clever, when the lyrics go let's go and then you get the doom doom in the drum, that's clever. That's clever. That's well thought through. And then you get some random voices thrown in around that brilliant beat. Again, adding another layer, and you get some strums of the guitar and the bass. It's fantastic. It's very creative, this one. A lot of the times the end songs on an album drop off a bit, I find. Not in this case. This album's just all give, it really is brilliant. So the last song is number 12 songs in the album, so Love and Affection. It's another one of those I have heard loads of times, but I don't often listen to it, and I don't know why, because it's really good. I love all their voices together. You know, everything happens for a reason, and I really believe these bunch of lads back in the day, it was all meant to be. It really was. Like, their talents just work so well. They fit like a jigsaw. They really do. And the song is a good finish to a historic album. Okay, so that's the review. So I know Def Leppard have just released a new album called Diamond Star Halos. Now there's 15 songs on there, and I haven't listened to all of them, in all honesty, because I want to take my time listening to them and listen to them in parts, because I don't want to just listen to the whole thing and just think I've just listened to a whole... I don't want it to sound like a whole song sort of thing. So I want to listen to it in parts, and I want to take my time with it, especially with it being new. I want to get the review right and my perceptions on the album right. Yeah, and just as accurate as possible for me personally, which will mean multiple listens. So yeah, you can see that being reviewed eventually. So look into the future. The next review, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I have listened recently again to Survivor's second album Premonition, so that's definitely on the cards. Like I said, Def Leppard's new one. But with my channel being new, I kind of want to start off posting different artists, bands to start with, just to reach a wider audience, and then maybe focusing on particular bands, artists. I am thinking of Whitesnake's 1987 album, Whitesnake as well, which is one of my favourites of theirs. Maybe looking into some Foreigner and Thin Lizzy. I definitely have got a lot of their stuff which I haven't listened to, so that'd be interesting. One thing I didn't write on here actually was mention of Foreigner. When Lou Gramm, the lead singer, left Foreigner, he released an album called Ready or Not, and honestly, it's one of my favourite albums. I only discovered it this year, and there's a song on there called Midnight Blue. Absolutely brilliant, mind. Really is. So, honestly, I get so excited about 70s and 80s music, I really do. So yeah, I think that's on there as well. Yeah, so I will be writing more reviews on my laptop to read off for the videos. But yeah, Hysteria, absolute classic. What else can I say? Okay, thank you for listening, everyone. Take care out there, and I will see you soon for another review.